We are back, and we have a new pitcher for the Hawks. It is a bullpen day today, and Peter Gallo is going to step onto the mound, the senior from Asbury, New Jersey. He will come into this game after a very good first 2 innings from Luke Gabrish, who didn't give up a hit, walked 2, went through 7 batters. Gallo this season throws 15 2/3 innings of work. His ERA is 10.34. He struck out 25, walked 24. His last appearance was at St. Louis. He threw 1 inning and gave up 1 earned, walked 2. And the first to step up against him in the top of this 3rd inning is the bottom of the order. It will be Tyler Leach, the catcher, who will step in first. Leach in Game 2 was 2 for 5. 2 runs, 2 RBI, and struck out. He was the co-player of the week a couple weeks ago. The catcher from Bel Air, Maryland, went to Don Carroll High School, also came over from High Point. And the first pitch from Gallo is in for a strike. Strike 2. So good first 2 pitches for Gallo against the co-player of the week for the week 2 weeks ago. He was named that on April 17th, so 8 days ago. Against UNCW, he got 2 hits, but he's rung up here, so a nice start for Peter Gallo, who was able to immediately record his 26th strikeout of the season. And Brett Lesher, the right fielder in the 9 hole, will step in for the Blue Hens, trying to get their first hit of the game. Certainly an offense with pop, but it hasn't shown it thus far. Ball 1, redshirt sophomore Brett Lesher from Newark, Delaware. And that's in for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. He's 2 for 9 in the 2 games in this series. Don't know if he necessarily wants to see the Hawks. All times he's been retired in this series, he struck out. 4 times in the first game, 3 times in the second game. 1 and 2. St. Joe's pitchers are definitely hitting the strike zone. His dad played at baseball for the Blue Hens as he takes ball 2. And in the majors, played for the A's, the Mariners, and the Blue Jays. Not a bad way to make a living. Coming off a hitless series, though, against UNCW, the 2 games he's played. Count's now full. And Gallo throws in tight, ball 4. Rush did a good job holding his nerve there. 15th time he has walked this season. And so we're back to the top of the order for J.J. Freeman, who struck out looking at his first time up. Another one that comes inside against Freeman. Brooks Wallace Award watch list preseason. Check back over to first. Freeman, not the best series. He had 2 hits in the final game against UNCW, but only 2 hits in the entirety of the series. If the top of the lineup for this Delaware team gets going, it's hard to beat them. Take strike 1. Curling it back over the plate. This is hit well into the air, into shallow center field. Callahan's going to go get it and make the catch. There are 2 out. And Dan Cavino will step in, who walked his last time up. Peter Gallo, it's his 10th appearance this season, all in relief. He's got the 1-0 record. Another check back over to first there on Lesher. See if Delaware can get anything going. They've walked 3 times, but anytime they've hit a ball in play, They haven't been able to do anything with it as we get another check over to first. Two outs here, top three, 2-0 Hawks in the third and final meeting against Delaware this season. Who can win the 100th meeting between these two? Delaware has owned the overall series between these two teams that's dating back all the way to the 60s. 2 balls and no strikes. Missed up and away. Lloyd is on deck, so Gallo wants to get out of this inning as quickly as possible, and he can't hit the strike zone. The throwback over to first is not in time, so the count is 3 balls and no strikes. Gallo trying to settle in here. Last year he had a 5.87 ERA in 15 appearances and picked up a save, so certainly has that ability. Throws strike one here as Covino was taking the whole way. Here comes the 3-1. And that is ball 4. So that's the 4th walk the Blue Hens have drawn today. 2nd walk of the inning. And so Joey Lloyd, who also walked in his first plate appearance today, is going to step in. At one point, around March 30th, he was the NCAA leader in doubles. He's still the conference leader in the Colonial in doubles, but he hasn't hit a double since he was the NCAA leader in doubles. 1 ball and no strikes. Funny how that works. And hitting .367 coming into the day. And this gets away. Out of there, the backstop beyond Igo, runners advance. It'll be the 4th wild pitch this season for Gallo, who was able to get the strikeout and they fly out to center. But now 2 runners in scoring position for one of the better hitters in the Colonial Conference. The Blue Hens, 8 outs, still no hits. And this is roped down the left field line. There's the first hit of the game by the doubles king, who's finally going to get one as 2 runs come in to score. That was absolutely the commentator's reverse jinx in this case, as Joey Lloyd is a 2 RBI double, 51 on the season, and this game is tied at 2. Right as you say that he hasn't hit a double since he was the NCAA leader in doubles, naturally he gets one right down the left field line, and that brings on Greenlee, who grounded a double play to end the inning. 1 ball and no strikes. Gallo worked himself into a little trouble, but wasn't able to limit the damage. This is chopped to third. Hitman will go across the diamond to get the out, but the damage was done by Joey Lloyd, who had the 2 RBI double to tie this game up after 2.5 at Smithson Field.